Hey everyone, my name is Jinx, also known as PoutyJinx on Twitch. I'm a streamer, a community builder, and someone who's been through a lot. If you've been around my streams, you probably know that I do things a little differently. I use a text-to-speech program to communicate, and my stream has a unique vibe. Lately, I've noticed that a lot of people have had questions about me, the way I communicate, and some of the things they've seen me do. So I wanted to make this small informational video to explain a bit about myself, my struggles, and what's going on behind the scenes. One of the biggest things that affects me is something called dissociative identity disorder, or D.I.D. It's a condition that causes me to have two separate identities, myself, Jinx, and another identity named Amy. Some of you might have seen Amy before, but you might not have known what was happening. I want to share my experience so that people understand me better, how it affects my life, my streaming, and why I do the things I do. So let's get into it. I have did meet Jinx. Chapter 1, Jinx and Amy. Hey everyone, it's Jinx. Today, I want to share something personal. A lot of you know me as Jinx, but there's another side of me, someone named Amy. You might have seen me acting differently when I drink, and there's a reason for that. I have something called dissociative identity disorder, or D.I.D. I've been to therapists, and only recently, I was diagnosed. I want to explain what this means, how it affects me, and why I'm sharing this with you. Chapter 2. What is D.I.D? Dissociative identity disorder, or D.I.D, is a condition where a person has two or more distinct identities, also called alters. Each identity can have different thoughts, memories, and behaviors. It's not just acting differently, it's a real separation in the brain, often caused by trauma. To give you an idea of how this feels, imagine waking up one day and people tell you about things you said and did, but you have no memory of it. It's like someone else took control of your body while your mind was somewhere else. That's what it's like for me. When I drink, I shift into Amy. She's not just a drunk version of me, she has her own way of thinking, her own reactions, and I, Jinx, don't remember what happened after she takes over. Chapter 3, The Struggles of Living with D.I.D. One of the hardest parts of living with D.I.D is the memory gaps. I wake up not knowing what Amy did, who she talked to, or what choices she made. I might check my messages and see conversations I don't remember having. People tell me things I supposedly said, and it's scary because I wasn't there for it. This has caused issues with streaming too. There were times when I talked with people, planned events, or even set up collabs, only to wake up the next day completely clueless. I wouldn't remember the details, or even that I had agreed to something at all. It's frustrating, not just for me but for others involved. Some people might think I'm being careless or unreliable, but in reality, I just wasn't aware. Another struggle is control. I can't just decide when Amy appears or how she acts. It's not something I can turn on or off, and that unpredictability makes things difficult, especially in social situations. Sometimes, I only find out later that Amy did things I wouldn't normally do. That can be frustrating, embarrassing, and even dangerous if the wrong people take advantage of it. And unfortunately, multiple people have. When I was in that vulnerable state, I was manipulated, taken advantage of, both mentally and physically. It's in the past, but it left a lasting impact. It made me more secretive, more guarded, and shaped a lot of who I am today. It also led to one of the darkest periods of my life. It got so bad that I almost took the easy way out. I felt lost, hopeless, and like there was no way forward. But somehow, I fought through it. And eventually, I found streaming. It gave me purpose, a place to be myself, and a way to move forward despite everything. Chapter 4. Why I still drink. A lot of people might say, well, why don't you just stop drinking? And I get it, that seems like the easiest solution. But for me, alcohol is a coping mechanism. It helps me deal with stress, anxiety, and tough times in my life. It's not the best solution, and I know that. But stopping isn't as simple as just deciding to quit. Drinking lowers my mental defenses, which is why Amy appears more often when I'm drunk. But at the same time, not drinking feels like taking away one of the only things that helps me manage stress. It's a complicated cycle, and I'm still figuring out how to handle it. Chapter 5: My Journey on Twitch. When I first started Twitch, I didn't talk at all. Some of you might remember that. I didn't use my voice, and I barely typed in chat. My social anxiety made it almost impossible for me to interact with people. But I wanted to communicate. So I started using TTS programs. At first, I had to set up a bot in Discord and manually type everything I wanted to say. It was slow and frustrating, but I kept experimenting. Over time, I built my own program that is using STTS, which means speech to text to speech. It's a complicated way of communication, that's for sure. It helps me speak without stuttering, but it's not perfect. Sometimes it lags, sometimes it says things I didn't mean to say. Well, I mean, not to sound rude, but when I'm drinking with someone, I do tend to be gay. And because it runs on my computer, I can't always play the newest games. Right now it works so great, because I scripted everything that I planned to say, so now it's just smooth, no errors. Chapter 6: Fears about acceptance. One of my biggest fears is not being accepted by other streamers, by collab partners, by my own community. I know using STTS makes things harder. I know some people might find it weird or difficult to interact with me. And I understand that. I also have severe social anxiety. Meeting new people makes me nervous, and I often feel like I'll say the wrong thing or be judged for the way I communicate. That's why I appear shy at times. It's not that I don't want to talk, it's that I'm afraid of how people will react. Streaming has helped me push past some of these fears, but they're still there. I don't want to be treated differently just because I use a voice program or because I have D.I.D. I just want to be seen as me, Jinx. Chapter 7: Why I stream despite the struggles with social anxiety. So why do I stream if it's so difficult? The answer is simple: I want to be heard. I know there are people out there who struggle with communication, who have anxiety, who feel like they don't fit in. And I want to show them that they have a place here. My stream and my Discord are safe spaces for anyone who struggles with talking, expressing themselves, or being social. Streaming is also an escape for me. It lets me step away from my real-life struggles and connect with people in a way that feels comfortable. And yes, I enjoy the attention, I won't lie about that. I've never been the center of attention in real life, but online, I get to create something meaningful. Chapter 8: Closing Message. I hope this video helps people understand me better. I'm not asking for pity. I just want people to respect my boundaries and not take advantage of me when I'm in a weaker state. Amy might be more open, more impulsive, but that doesn't mean people should manipulate her or use her against me. I know I'm different. I know my way of speaking and interacting isn't what people are used to. But I still want to be treated like anyone else. If you have any questions about D.I.D, about me, or anything else I talked about, feel free to ask in the comments or join my Discord. I'd love to hear your thoughts and maybe even help others who feel the same way. Thank you for listening. Stay safe and welcome to my castle if you feel like joining and want to learn more.
Yo, this video has been edited by me, Skate. Here's where you can find me. This is my YouTube and this is my Twitch. And since Jinx didn't want video to be too long, I decided to give myself 1 minute. So here you go. I've been doing YouTube for quite a while already, and I've wanted to improve my skills, and I've decided to help Jinx with this video. And also, because Jinx didn't say it, I'm gonna say it. Check out her merch.